So Evolve Home Energy Solutions have installed solar PV and possibly a battery at your property. This video is designed to let you know what the next steps are, what information you may receive, what you can do to ensure the best benefits from your system, and how to use the app associated with the inverter and battery installed at your property. So first things first, please make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel because there'll be updates on our products and updates about your system, which we'll post on this YouTube channel. So a couple of things you need to do. First, you need to wait for Evolve Home Energy Solutions to send your approved documents. They'll be sent via email unless you request them to be sent via post. These documents will include your insurance back guarantee. They'll include your DNO or your G98. They'll also include all your MCS documents. You'll need these crucially because what you'll then need to do is go to your energy provider and register your system for the Smart Energy Guarantee. That's a payment for all the energy that you generate and then you export back to the grid. Your energy provider should provide you with the Smart Energy Guarantee, meaning that you can generate an income from your system. Whilst you're waiting for us to send you the information, it'll be a very good idea just to check with your energy provider what tariffs you could go onto. If you've got a battery in particular, you would definitely want to go onto a dual rate tariff. Now the dual rate tariff means you have off-peak and you have on-peak. The on-peak will be a higher rate, around about 30 pence currently, as of recording of this video, June 2026. You'll also have off-peak, which will be cheaper. That tariff may run from, say, midnight to 5 AM at a much lower rate, 7p potentially, but it could be a lot more, it could be a lot less depending on your area. If you have a battery, you want to store the energy in the battery and use it during off-peak periods. So in the winter months, you would use the energy stored in the battery when you're paying more for electricity, so therefore it's virtually free. But in the winter, you may not generate enough energy to fully charge that battery throughout the day because unfortunately the daylight is a lot less than you would normally expect. So if you charge the battery at a low peak rate, where you're paying say 7 pence per kilowatt hour, then use the energy that you paid 7p for at the on-peak rate, where it may be 30p per kilowatt hour, you'll make quite a big saving. So that's a really good way to really get efficiency and cost saving out of that battery that you've had installed at your property. So now that the PV and the battery have been installed, you've got your seg payment, you've got a tariff that suits your needs, and you've got all the documents from Evolve. We need to make sure that your system is working efficiently and effectively. And the best way to do that is by using the app on your mobile device. And here is how. So the first thing you want to do is open the FoxCloud 2.0 app. That will show you the house and therefore will show you what you are generating currently and where that power is going at 1.41, drop down to 1.22. It's showing you that some of it's going into the battery, the majority is going into the house, and some is also going into the grid. Remember, what goes into the grid is what you get your seg payment for. The daily production today has been 5.1 kilowatt hours with 2 kilowatts being used within the house. That means that the 3 kilowatts has gone into the battery or has gone into the grid. Again, gaining those seg payments or smartly using the energy that you're generating. At the bottom, you can see the battery state of charge chart, and that shows you that yesterday, the last 24 hours, we got to 100% on the battery by about midday. We utilized the energy in the battery during the evening, so therefore we didn't pay off the grid, and then we charged it back up again this morning when there was daylight. The work mode tab in the middle is currently set to self-use. This section is where you can change the way in which the system operates, and you do that by turning off self-use and going into the mode selector part. By opening this section, you'll see there are schedules you can add. So you go to the self-use, you hit the arrows, and then you put in the schedule for forced charge. Forced charge is where you're charging the system, you're charging your battery using grid. This will be handy during the off-peak times, particularly in the winter, where you want to charge the battery at the lower rate. You can add a schedule as well to change, instead of forced charge or self-use, into forced discharge. This is where you empty the battery during the day, during peak solar gain, and then you charge it where you're going to be using the solar. A good time to do that will be from 11 AM to 2 PM. Once you hit the save button at the bottom, you'll get it confirmed, and that becomes your new schedule. And as you can see, the work mode in the middle has changed from self-use to mode scheduler. In the quick settings section, you can see the battery warm-up. It's better that this is enabled because the battery during the winter may get very cold, particularly at -degree temperatures or sub-zero. If you have this on, it will use energy stored in the battery to keep the battery warm, but this is to keep it efficient and to help the battery life. At the bottom of the screen, you'll also see where you can find a service section which allows you to report or contact the Fox, and you're also able to see the manuals and the links and tutorials. Really good place to go just to find a bit more information on the property. So now you know how the app works, you've got your documents, you've got a tariff that works for you, and your system's working perfectly. But if there are any issues, please give us a call, visit our website, just make contact. We're here to help, we're here to support.